It is Tuesday, October 19th, 2010, and this is your reptile news. Well, first of all, over in the UK, some police support community officers are a little red today after they spotted a cobra, and they evacuated the area and they called in an expert to find out that it was a rubber cobra wrapped around the handlebars of a bicycle. Now, I'm sure today these officers are probably on some sort of paid administrative leave, and they're probably not laughing at this situation, nor is the rest of the community or the other officers within their department, but I'm having a very hard time not laughing at them right now. And in other very awkward news, a woman 7 years ago flying out of JFK apparently consumed a part of a lizard in her in-flight meal. Now, this woman, 7 years later, apparently is suing American Airlines for $15 million because of this lizard she consumed, which caused apparent rashing and bloating and all that stuff. And, you know, what? Really? I mean, do you not look at what you eat? I look at what I eat, and if I found a lizard in my meal on an airplane, I'd be like, bitch, you're flying me to Hawaii. Oh, and you're paying off my house, too. 7 years to file a lawsuit? You know, I'm gonna have to call crap on this one because it just, oh, I don't know, you know, it's whatever, let's move on. And apparently a Bloomingdale, I believe it is, woman has been living in a snake-infested house for the last 20 years. Now, these houses were part of a development project that developers built near a dumping site that was in disarray to introduce their products to the town back in the 70s, and apparently it attracts all sorts of snakes to these old wooden houses. The government has promised to build the people new houses, and a government spokesperson says that should be done by December. All that I want to know is how much are they going to sell these houses for, because I want to buy one. I mean, I find, you probably saw the video somewhere, where'd I put it, I think on the Reptivlog, about the garter snake in my driveway. I mean, we have mainly garter snakes, some gopher snakes, never seen a rattlesnake, never seen a king snake here, but garter snakes all over our property. I'm constantly fighting against them, imagine that, because they like to eat my fish in my pond, and I don't like that. But yeah, I love having them around the house, you know. If I could find a snake-infested house, I'd buy it in a second. And we have a little bit of sad news and a little bit of good news and a little bit of stupid news next out of the Northern Territory in Australia, where reports started coming around of 10 to 15 people throwing rocks at a baby crocodile and injuring it. And Greg West of Darwin apparently is a crocodile lover. He rushed to the crocodile's aid. He said it couldn't have been maybe a couple months old. Stopped the attack, reported it to rangers. They set a trap in hopes to capture it and get it the medical attention that it needed. They do mention that it is against the law over there to interfere with wildlife, and the people could be facing up to $55,000 in fines and 5 years in prison. It doesn't say if they're actually going to be charged or if they were caught or if they ran off before the rangers got there. It doesn't really say that. According to Craig West, this crocodile was just a teeny little baby, like I said, just a really young one, posed absolutely no threat. They were not children doing it, but they were adults just trying to kill something. And I have saved the best news for last. We are constantly talking about the ongoing saga of the scientists who are traveling throughout the world trying to rediscover thought to be extinct species and find more populations of ones that are close to extinction. Well, some really good news came out, and they have actually found 3 species of amphibians that were thought to already be extinct. Now, that is absolutely awesome news. I'm going to have all the information down there in the links, and a bunch of other information down there. And one thing before I conclude for today that I want to tell everybody is, normally we talk about the news, the things that really seem to matter, the big news, but there's a lot of other news that gets deleted, never gets put on the website, never gets in the video. Well, I think I'm going to, time permitting, I'm going to start putting all that news on the website. It won't all be in the video, so, you know, if what is going on in our reptile world is something that really interests you, then you're going to want to keep an eye on that website, because for every 4 or 5 stories I talk about each day, in, you know, the warm season, there's probably 15 or 20 that never get heard. So now those are going to be heard. They're going to be heard right on the website, and yeah, that should be good. Which leaves us lastly with a question for the day. Once we are finished overthrowing and taking over the animal planet and they're out of business, what do you think should be done with their producers? Leave those text comments or video responses below, and as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on with the reptile world. Be good to each other.